Hey guys, Zach from Say What Zach here. So only 2 NHL games on tonight. They're over. So you know what that means? Review time. So yeah, again, 2 games. Let's get into the first one. It's gonna be a relatively quicker review because again, not a lot to talk about. The Ottawa Senators and the Buffalo Sabres. Jean-Gabriel Pageau scores his 20th at 3:59 the first from Shabbat and Tkachuk. So right off the bat, Buffalo's in a hole, 1-0. Sam Reinhart scores his 18th at 13:42 of the first, unassisted, so he ties it up. That's 1-1 after the first. Going into the second, Ennis scores his 13th. Again, have I mentioned Ennis having a pretty good year so far? 13 goals, not bad. At 4:52 of the second, from Batherson and Riley. Then Eichel scores his 29th at 8:48 of the second from Gergensons and Montour to make it 2-2 after 2. So, not looking too bad. Again, Buffalo's still in it. They're still competing. Riley scores his first of the season at 8:43 of the third from Ennis and Batherson. So now 3-2 for the Ottawa Senators. And again, it goes downhill from here for Buffalo. Wiki, I'm not sure how to quite say his name. He scores his 6th at 17:54 the third for Ottawa, making it 4-2. And Nikita Zaitsev gets his first of the season at 19:54 of the third from Hansi, giving you the 5-2 final. So, once again, Buffalo loses a huge game. They are pretty much done. They are now sitting 10 points out of the playoff spot. I think that's pretty much their season. If their GM is going to do any moves, it's going to be selling off and hopefully getting something for next season. Because, yeah, this team's done. 10 points out, you're looking at probably not making the playoffs again. 6 to 7 points, you're looking at rough. 10, yeah, you're pretty much out. Your 3 stars are Tkachuk, Pageau, and Duclair. Your shots on goal are 39-30, so that's another thing. Only 30 shots on goal for Buffalo. Not awful, but yeah, you can't. You gotta get a little bit more than that, especially when you're being outshot almost by 10 shots. That's not great. But yeah, Buffalo. I'm not sure what's going on with them. And Ottawa on the other side, they have got points in back-to-back games and play spoilers tonight. Again, knocking off Buffalo, making sure they don't get any more points again in the playoffs. That's what spoilers are for. That's why you play them. But yeah, big win for Ottawa, big loss for Buffalo. There you go. The big game, St. Louis against the Calgary Flames. Obviously, St. Louis coming off that loss last night to Vancouver, and Calgary playing tomorrow night against Edmonton. So big emotional game for them tomorrow. Second of back-to-backs for St. Louis. Your first goal is Alexander Steen with his 5th at 5:45 of the first from Robert Thomas. Then Tkachuk scores his 16th at 10:36 of the first from Giordano and Lindholm. Monahan scores at his 15th at 15:43 of the first from Gaudreau and Giordano. So Giordano with 2 assists, not bad. Perron scores at his 22nd at 18:41. I might be doing a video, so I'm thinking about like career years for players right now because there's a lot of players who are having career years right now. Perron is one of them. 22 goals. He has 18:41 of the first from Sanford and Pietrangelo. And then Schwartz scores the 17th at 19:25 of the first from Shin and Pietrangelo. So Pietrangelo with 2 assists. Also not having a bad night. Big night for your defenseman. And a lot of these goals were on the power play. So again, big game for power play. So at that point, 3-2 for the St. Louis Blues going into the second period. Monahan scores his 16th. So his 16th at 4:40 of the second period from Gaudreau and Tkachuk. So Tkachuk with a goal and an assist. Gaudreau with 2 assists. Not too bad. Then Jankowski scores his 2nd at 9:47 the second from Bennett and Backlund, making it at that point 4-3. So the Calgary Flames come back to take the lead, and it's looking pretty good for Calgary. Both these goalies, both Bennington and Kim Talbot, had some problems kind of handling pucks, so there's a lot of iffy shots and a lot of chucking behind them, losing sight of the puck. So there was a lot of that in this game, which will explain why it's a high-scoring game. Then Sanford scores at his 6th at 51 seconds into the third from O'Reilly and Perron. So Perron again with a goal and assist. Okay, career year. Making it 4-4 very early in the third period. That would be all your scoring until we get to a shootout where Ryan O'Reilly gets a shootout winner. So again, Ryan O'Reilly coming up big, being that MVP from last year in the playoffs. So O'Reilly is definitely worth the money they're paying him. So your final is 5-4 for St. Louis in the shootout over the Calgary Flames. Again, the Calgary Flames will take the point. They obviously would have liked to have 2 to get a little bit more of a buffer between them and most of the division. St. Louis, again, gets 2 big points to help keep themselves 8 points ahead of Colorado right now. Your 3 stars, Gaudreau, Monahan, and Perron. Shots on goal, 34-31, so relatively close shots on goal. But as I said, both these goalies had a struggling chance with the goal, struggling with the puck control. So that would explain why. Again, there's a lot of goals scored in this game. As towards the end of the third period, both goalies started to settle down and really locked it down. But yeah, the beginning parts of this game, yeah, there was a lot of good chances very early. So again, not a lot of movement tonight on the standings. Those are 2 games. The standings again, St. Louis moved up to 70 points, again putting 8 points above them, above the Colorado Avalanche, giving themselves a nice little buffer. And Calgary moves into second place in the Pacific by 1 point. Again, they play Edmonton tomorrow night. That's going to be a big game because they could either go up by 3 points over Edmonton in the rest of their division, or Edmonton can move 1 point above everybody, above them, and then 2 points above everybody else. So that's a big game tomorrow night, which I'm looking forward to watching. Anyways, that's your short little breakdown of the 2 games tonight for the NHL. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys again very soon.